Editorial: The Popular Way or God's Way by Sheryl Beck. Sheryl Beck is the editorial specialist for ministry. What happened? All Uzzah did was make sure the ark did not hit the ground, and God, in a fit of anger, killed him. I am sure David was not the only shocked, angry, and then scared half to death person there. To disregard the holiness of God and what he makes holy is a big no-no. But was this the only reason Uzzah was struck dead? Or was there another reason there was now a dead guy lying on the ground? The logistics. God had given specific instructions on how to build, decorate, and even move the sacred ark, that not only held precious cargo, but was also considered, quote, the footstool of our God, end quote. Every Israelite clearly knew this. Therefore, they understood they should never touch it. The ark had not been in Jerusalem in over 20 years, since Saul's day. After David was anointed king of Israel, he declared, quote, let us bring the ark of our God back to us, for we have not inquired at it since the days of Saul, end quote. Good idea. But how? David had fought many fights and had many struggles. Life had moved along, and day-by-day living had started blurring the logistics of how things should be done. God's instructions must not have been at the forefront of the Israelites' minds anymore. The Philistines had successfully returned the ark to Israel on a cart. Why not do that? But in making that decision, David and his posse not only ignored God's clear instructions on how to transport the ark, but also decided to move it in the same way the Philistines had. They built a new cart and had oxen pull it. Uzzah, who lived where the ark had been housed for 20 years, wanted to help. He did what was asked of him with the information given to him. He helped move the ark on a cart to Jerusalem. Now, he is lifeless. The leader, David, had decided to transport the ark the same way the Philistines, the Israelites' mortal enemies, had done. The leader, not following God's clear instructions, caused the circumstance in which the helper died. What a sobering thought. Feel good. What circumstances are you putting your, quote, Uzzahs, end quote, in? It is imperative for you to make decisions about what to teach and how to lead your people by communing with God and studying his instructions. Do not look to the society around you to see what they think and follow their actions. Some, quote, Philistines, end quote, who do not know or serve God, ridicule Bible followers, tell us that we are unfair and condemn us. But, like David, we have a heavy responsibility to help God's people make decisions based not on what people around us think and do, but on what God says in his word. It is easier to make decisions based on what is happening around you, to go with the flow. Why not? Everyone accepts the logic. It seems to make sense. Well, with Uzzah, there were deadly consequences, his earthly destruction. With your members, there are even deadlier consequences, their eternal destruction. How you guide them matters. Most of your members are well-meaning but apt to do the same as those around them. They are pressured constantly with a feel-good mentality where following God's instructions is not part of the equation. Over and over, the Israelites found out the hard way following the habits of those around them leads to destruction. Have habits made by following the beliefs of those around you taken over your life? Your church? Which way? I grew up enjoying the movie Pollyanna. A character, Aunt Polly, told the town pastor, quote, you only have the congregation for 1 short hour a week. and there are 6 long days of mischief for them until you get them again." End quote. What are you preaching to your members this weekend to impactfully show God's love through His clear instructions? Will they decide to walk the path they see others taking around them? Or will they be excited to follow God's path, which you show them through your words and example? You, pastor, are responsible for showing them the right way. Preach God's way, and only His. For bibliographical and biblical references on this article, and for much more content for pastors and church leaders, please visit ministrymagazine.org.